Yo, what it is, world? It's your boy Jay Newz, and you are now listening to Not Rated Radio on Dash Radio's Dash Discover. And today we have a very dope artist on the show. I would like to introduce my homie, the one and only Rob Moss. How you doing, player?
Yes, sir. Doing very, very, very good, my brother. Shout out to my homie Jay Newz, man. We out here, bro. Let's go. I'm glad to be here. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. So how we get this started off, boss man, is by giving a brief summary to all our supporters on who Rob Moss is from the start of your career to where you are now.
Yeah. Well, you know, Rob Moss is my name. Rob Moss, Rob Boss, Rob Gloss, Rob Sauce, everything. I'm straight out of Detroit, Michigan, you know what I mean? And I've been out living in LA for the past few years, doing my thing, hustling the music, whatever, putting out projects. I just dropped my latest project, Project X, which is out of this world, completely out of here, top 5 R&B album, completely independent. But I just been doing my thing out here, you know what I mean? Just trying to incorporate, you know what I'm saying, everything that I got from, you know, growing up in Detroit, just as a musician and as an artist, and kind of bringing that energy, you know what I'm saying, out to LA. So, you know, I'm just doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? You can check out my music everywhere and, you know, just kind of vibe with me, you know?
Okay. All right, now let's tap in a little bit. Who are you inspired by when it comes to creating the music? I know you personally, so when we talked before, but just explain to the people on what your sound is and how you get inspired.
Yeah, well, you know, creatively, I'm a music head. You know what I mean? Growing up in Detroit, I grew up on music. Like that was the biggest thing, you know. So you would be surprised. I listen to everything from Motown, oldies but goodies like the Temptations, of course, you know, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder. I'm also listening to a lot of classical music. A lot of people don't know that about me, as I listen to a lot of classical music as well. So I'm inspired by like all different types of music because I'm really a music lover. So I might hear, you know, something from the 70s that, you know, would inspire me. Or I might hear some horns or something or anything that'll inspire me to make a record. But artistry wise, you know what I mean? There are a lot of certain legends that I credit for, like people like Missy Elliott, who I say was my biggest inspiration growing up to write music. Yeah, and to be creative, like, you know, I always credit her as just like my biggest inspiration as an artist. But then there are people like, you know, Kanye, who, you know, I'm just influenced by, you know what I mean? Michael, Prince, you know what I'm saying, as far as the entertainment element. So I'm influenced by a lot of different music, but I notice a lot of people say that I kind of remind them of like the 90s, or they kind of get like, you know, that vibe from me as well. But I'm a music lover, so I'm inspired by all different types of music, you know?
Okay. So that's where it comes in. Now, for the people out there, describe your sound. They have never heard your music before. Describe a little something on what they should be suspected to listen to or hear, or what do you got for that?
I mean, for anybody, you know, just complete originality, you know what I'm saying? Complete energy. You know, I kind of mix hip hop and R&B, but I would say, you know, I'm more in the R&B realm, you know what I mean? But it's just originality. It's honest, it's heartfelt, you know, production, everything, you know. That's what I would say my music is. I would say that there is nobody else that sounds like me. You know what I mean? I can't be compared to these other artists that are out because my whole sound and everything is completely original. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing, just good quality music. You know, I always say real music lovers stand up when it comes to Rob Moss. You're not just getting the basic like auto-tune, but no, you're getting music. You got some songs that have live instruments, and songs that have samples, and songs that have breakdowns and raps and bridges and harmony, all different stuff. And then you have some songs that you can turn up to, you know what I mean? You know, all different vibes, just, you know.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is not lying. This man do it all. When it comes to the singing, when it comes to the writing, when it comes to live performance, it's definitely lit. Give it up to you on that. He definitely hold it down, ladies and gentlemen, for the live performances. So he is not capping.
Yeah, we coming with that, man. Jay Newz and had the opportunity to probably see me a couple times, and vice versa. And we, you know, doing those shows and stuff, you know. So yeah, for sure, a lot of energy.
A lot of energy. I dig that. Now, stepping into this next question, man, go ahead and talk about your project you just dropped, Project X. Why the name? Why the name Project X? I'm curious about that.
Project X. Yes, sir. Well, you know what? I wrote Project X because when I was writing the music, I didn't like want to put myself into a box. Like I didn't think like, okay, I'm going to make an R&B. I was just making songs and I didn't have a name. So I had the folder, I was just calling it Project X. Like I'll just be like, oh, I'm working on my project. And you know how you call something like Chemical X or just whatever before it has a name?
Yeah,
That's pretty much what I was doing. I didn't have a concept. I was just making songs, making music. And the folder that I called it, I just called it Project X. Like this is the album that's gonna come out. But I never gave it a name. I just had it as Project X as the folder. Okay. So I just got used to calling it that. You know what I mean? I just got used to calling it that. And I was like, this is dope because that represents the music not having a you can't box it into any one particular thing. And then also after I finished all of the songs and started putting it together, it had a very upbeat, up tempo. Like the whole record is like a party. It's like the party, the club, after the club, and in between. You know, the whole record was so energetic and so crazy that I was like, this feels like some Project X. Like this feels like a house party type of record. So it ended up coming together as that. But I originally was just calling it Project X because I didn't want to put myself. Usually, I have a concept like for R&D. I knew I was going to make an R&B project. So I had it. I worked around the title R&D. When I did Godly, I knew I was making songs that was more inspirational and I worked around that title. But when I did this, I was like, I'm just going to make whatever and I'm going to name it later. It's just Project X for right now, you know, and it just stuck. So that's what it came about, you know?
Hell yeah, that's dope, man. That's always cool to hear stories about how, you know, certain songs and certain projects came together because they always have like, I wouldn't say like they always have unusual ways they come about. You know what I'm saying? Just like that story right there. I never would have knew. I thought you would have been like strictly, just from the name, just like strictly party stuff. It's like, no, man, I just really just had it on my laptop. Hella songs out there, Project X. But that I can relate to that because, you know, we are both artists and, you know, I do the same thing. Just label it hella random. And, you know,
exactly, it just be folder X. Yeah, X. You know, like literally, it'd be like tough X1, like X, like you know, that's like the thing that we use with the X. So I was just calling it that. I'm like, I'm gonna come up with a name for it. It's just X right now, like you know, just Project X. But it definitely feels like Project X when I listen to it now. I'll be like, whoo, we getting turned through the whole album. You know what I mean? So
that's
for sure, man.
Now talk about you said you're on the charts, man. Talk a little bit about that and talk about the people that have been promoting it for you. I heard you have some big names. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, you know what's funny is that I didn't have any big names to help me promote this project before. Like I have like a lot of people that I know or people that like DM me that are like, you know, big names or whatever that I like, you know, but when it came down to the project, I don't have any features on the project. I don't have any like big name producers. Everybody is just like super young and ambitious. And we ended up charting on the iTunes R&B charts as well as the iTunes pop charts. We went to number 2 on the R&B charts, which to this day it blows my mind. Yeah. It blows my mind. But it just really speaks to the core Rob Moss fan because I've been putting out music. A lot of people, you know, who met me out in LA when I came out here a few years ago, they don't know that I had already been putting out music 2 years before that. You know, 2 or 3 years, I had been consistently putting out music and building up a fan base, you know what I mean? And I think by the time I had got through with, you know, with this album and I got done with it, I think everybody who had been listening to me for all of those years was just ready to support, you know, and so many people pre-ordered the album and so many people bought the album. Like I just got the opportunity to look at the spreadsheet and look at all the different cities that actually, and I was very shocked to see records sold in Japan, Russia, Ghana, like all different things, you know what I mean? So I think that speaks to, you know, every independent artist just knowing that you actually might think that you need that viral hit or that big da-da-da, when actually all you need are the real fans because these were real fans that bought the album. This was the sales charts. This wasn't the streaming charts. This was the actual physical people buying the album. Right. So I think it just speaks to Team Rob Moss being very strong and being just, you know, they've been sticking with me through these years. And when I came back and was like, I got a new album. I put my heart into this. I think they were ready. They were like, oh, everything you ever dropped before this was fire. So I know that this one is good. So I'm just going to buy it. And I think that that's what it was. And I'm grateful for that because I put a lot of myself into this album. I really did work on this album for over a year and a half, you know, just getting it together. And I thought I was going to be done with it in 5 months. I gave myself 5 months to do it, and it took almost a year and a half. And besides the album charting, the best thing is that everybody loves the full album. Like fans hit me up on a day-to-day, like, I love this album, every song full through, no skips. I put up a poll on my Instagram, like, what is your favorite song? And everybody just kept saying every song. So I'm grateful that the album charted and that we got that success and that gratification, but I'm even more grateful and elated at the fact that people are actually connecting with the album, you know, and that's the crazy part. So yeah.
Man, congratulations again, boss man. I know how hard you've been working.
You, brother.
You know,
man.
That's definitely definitely a blessing. Now talk a little bit about any singles that you're pushing. I know you're pushing the project right now.
Yes.
You got done saying that everybody loves every song, but what single or singles are you pushing right now that the fans and supporters can get ready for?
Yeah, we do have the singles. You know what's funny was management before we put the album out, I had been arguing with management because they were like, we need to put out more singles to push the album. And I was like, no, I don't want no singles. I want people to hear my album, no singles. And that was a real like debate that we were having. You know what I mean? But we are getting ready. I'm about to drop the next single, Who Up, which is crazy record. It's already a fan favorite. We got the video about to come out next week. Gotcha. We're just getting the right stuff together so that when we do drop the single, we can make sure that it actually reaches the people that it needs to reach. So the second single, which is going to be called Who Up, which hopefully we'll get a chance to play today for y'all. That's going to be the second single. And then we have the third single, which is called Tough, which will be coming in the summer. We're going to shoot that video as well very, very soon. And then we have more singles lined up, but those are the main two singles that are coming for the summer. Who Up is coming next week, and then Tough is coming shortly after that. And then I have some surprises for y'all after that I'm not going to announce soon, but you know, just stay tuned. So
yes. So you said the
Talk to Me is the single that's out right now.
Talk to Me. Does that have a video out?
Yes,
as well?
That video is out. That single, that's the first single from the album. Yeah, that's the first single from the album. Talk to Me. You know, that record, you know, is just, you know, one of my favorite records that I've ever done, period. And that is the single that's out. You can go check out that video. I just did some performances and everything where we're gonna be performing it. But the second single, Who Up, that thing is crazy. And that'll be out next week. So crazy. All right.
Now, this is exciting to hear everything that's planning out for you now with the, you know, the world slowly opening up. Do you have any shows coming up or anything that you're doing to, you know,
absolutely
be more, you know, interactive with your fans?
Absolutely. We're looking to kick off the tour in September. So be on the lookout for the date soon. I got a few things I'll probably be doing before that, but I'm really trying to put together just like something dope, you know, something amazing where I can really get into a bag. So we should be touring in September and starting it then and getting it popping in. But stay tuned because I may have a couple of shows, you know what I'm saying, that are very, very, very dope. We're just waiting to sign the ink on the dotted line to get it out. Some good things happening before that. But the official tour will be kicking off in September, October for sure.
In October, y'all heard it, man. So make sure y'all stay in tune with Rob Moss. He's a talented dude, man. He got a lot of shit popping off. I really respect this man right here. So yeah, y'all run up the numbers.
Ditto, my bro.
Download the album, stream it. You know what to do, y'all. Excuse me.
And the merch.
And the merch too.
I'm rocking my official Project X merch, man.
Okay.
Shout out to my homie Boogie over at Artistic Movement, man, because he hooked this up. But we got the full merch collection that I will be announcing on my Instagram when I drop the video. I'm dropping the video and the merch store all in the same day. So it's about to be Rob Moss galore everywhere.
Take over. Okay.
So, make sure y'all definitely stay tuned for that. Yes, sir. I'm gonna make sure I get something for Jay Newz specifically. You know what I'm saying? Send you a little something you can rock, you know what I'm saying, off the string.
Oh, of course,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Of course. All right, man. Well, now wrapping up this interview, man, I just got one last question for you, boss man. When it comes to the music and what you're doing, what is some advice that you can give to a person that's, you know, that's following you, that sees what you're doing? What's some advice that you can get to that young person right there coming up?
You know, to any artist coming up, I would say what I've learned through this recent process is that focus on the music, focus on your music first, you know, really make sure that make sure that your content is what it needs to be. Make sure you know who you're talking to. Make sure you know the type of people you're trying to reach, and don't compare yourself to anybody. Don't compare yourself to anybody. We live in an era now where you're constantly seeing what the next person is doing, and it can make you feel all types of ways. And I just feel like if you can just focus on you and just be like, nah, this is what I'm doing, and it's okay to be inspired. I'm inspired by a lot of artists. A lot of artists I see doing their thing, and I'll be like, oh, that's dope. I might need to, But I stopped comparing myself to other artists. I stopped comparing my journey, my sales. I stopped comparing everything. And once I tapped into that mindset of like, okay, this is the Rob Moss show, that's when I started to see, you know what I'm saying? That's what I attracted. That's why I attracted that type of energy back. So focus on your music. Don't compare yourself, and have faith in yourself, because if nobody else believes, if you can't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. You gotta be your own number one fan. If you only got 10 plays on SoundCloud, whatever, like, you gotta be your own number one fan. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta have enough confidence to say, I'm gonna do this shit no matter what. And if those three things, I say, is no way you can lose. On top of the business, getting your money right. That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
Definitely keep your business and your money right as well. But I would say don't even, really focus on getting that music, getting that product. Like I always say, the music is like the crack. It's like, if you selling crack or coke or dope or whatever, if you put the product out and word get around that your product not good, people not gonna come to you. But if you got a reputation for, everything he put out is crack, you constantly gonna have fiends coming back. And that's how you get to the point where you can chart and do stuff like that as an indie artist. Because if you got people fiending for the music, it don't matter. I don't have no features. I don't got no nothing. But, people are into that music. So that's the advice I would give, straight up.
Oh, man, I like the way you put that, man. Just shit. Man. That man put it together so well, y'all.
Straight up. Straight up. Man, I grew up how I grew up, so it's like you got to put stuff into familiar analogies.
I dig that, my dude. I dig that for sure. Yeah. Will Rob Moss, it's a pleasure, brother. And, man, you stay safe out there, man. And always, man, we going to connect soon, my dude.
Yes, bro. We will link up soon. Absolutely. Thank you, Dash Radio. Thank you, Not Rated Radio. Thank y'all for the opportunity and the platform, that y'all giving to us indie artists. And I look forward to coming back at y'all with more. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.